Hello everybody and welcome back to the Motorsport Manager GT series then. Will this episode be the last supper or is it the dawn of a new era? I don't know yet. I really don't. We could be fired at the end of this episode or we may be allowed to go into Season 2, in which case I have every confidence that we can turn around the fortunes of this team. To be honest, it's been building this since about the second or third race when it became very apparent how much work we had to do. If we go into a second season, we've got that headquarters update now. Obviously we've been putting money away all year for next year's car, and I think should start to make enough progress next year to hopefully not finish last. But will we be given that chance? I don't know. But we've got one more race in which to make an impression. We're not going to make an impression on the standings unless something incredible happens. 30 points off Magyar Engineering. Our two drivers, Liani could possibly, if he had some kind of staggering result, lift himself from 19th in the standings, but as we've come to expect this season, it's pretty unlikely. But we're going to give it a go because we've been trying our hardest all season with what we've got, and we will continue in that theme. So let's get going with this episode then and get this final race of the season done. We've got a new sponsor offer for slot number 5. 8th or above will give us $500,000. We're not going to get 8th or above, let's be honest, but we'll take the slot. Unfortunately no upfront payments there. We really need some higher graded sponsors, but we're not going to get them this season. Liani, advice on love. It's about my other half. I know she's not perfect, but at my age I should start settling for what I can get. Oh Jesus, why the fuck are you coming to me with this, Liani? You haven't got any friends or something? Follow your heart. Personality trait, annoying other half, just married. Or you can do better. What information do I have to make this informed decision that's going to affect this driver for the rest of his life? Hey? Why is he coming to his basically his boss at work? Follow your heart. I mean, that's not your heart because you don't think she's right for you, so that's actually the opposite, but whatever. I don't really care, Bill. Just drive the fucking car as quickly as you can on any given day, and I don't care what you do outside of work, I'm afraid. Right, we've got a new engine built then. We're not going to build any more parts because I already feel we're so much in debt that it could influence the decision to keep us or not for next year. So getting further into debt is not a good idea. But we will try and get this engine ready. We've got 20 days in which to improve its reliability. We will transfer this suspension over to that good engine, and we'll transfer performance. I don't know that we'll be able to get enough performance in the car. I'm going to deselect a few things to try and make that so, though. And we'll go 14.6 reliability to performance. Another new sponsor. Again, no upfront payment because these are all crappy sponsors. 2nd or above, 700,000. Yeah, that's going to fucking happen. Not. Okay. Let's get it ticking down then. Getting ready for Tondela. We're nearly there. I hope everyone's enjoyed this series. If this is the end, as I said before, I think, well, I'll leave it up to you. We'll talk about this at the end, but the two choices are to move to another team in this career, or maybe start a new series with a mod. There are some great mods out there that I've been having a lot of fun with in my own time in this game, so maybe that might be a good option, but we'll see what happens after this race, shall we? Okie doke. Contracts running down. Got it. I mean, they might not be my decision to make during the off season, so we won't do anything about it now. And we get ready then for round 10 of 10. Look at our previous results. 11th, 15th, 12th. We've been trying hard. Just can't crack that top 10. Let's go $500,000, 8th or above. makes no difference, does it? Let's be honest. Let's see if we manage to get that engine ready in time. No, I mean the performance isn't high enough. It's got better reliability, but a lot better reliability than we originally had, but it's still not better than the parts we did have on the car. So I believe we will be keeping all the same parts. We will, yes. And I believe every single part we've now at least built something for both cars. That's an achievement in itself to get this team off the ground in that way. Okay, I'm going to go into practice, get these cars set up for the weekend, and I shall join you in qualifying. Okay, welcome along to qualifying then. Pretty good practice session. Liani right up there on 97%, even 97 or 98, and Casino on 95. Pretty good setups for the final race of the season. Once again, concentrated on race practice to get those knowledge slots for the race, because the practices are so short in GT racing, or at least the lower series, that you really don't have much time to concentrate on both racing and qualifying preparation. I want really quick for some reason, as Liani does a 1:14.9 and Casino a 1:15.2. Pretty good laps, I think. To be honest, I think we know where we're going to be. I have a small idea. If you could bet within your own sports, I would put a bet on us being last, or one of our cars being last. So yeah, it was wet in practice, so we have got a lot of bonuses if it's wet in the race. If it's dry, we're pretty stuffed. But hey, what can you do when the whole practice session is wet? But prepare for wet weather. So Liani, who had a great setup, is actually ahead of Silveria at the moment, so he may not be dead last, and he's pretty close to Norris and Minzy. So we've got a chance here, just an outside chance, of maybe taking a couple more positions with Liani. Casino needs a massive improvement to get with those guys, but he may get above Silveria, you never know. And we've got plenty of time to go out and do a second run, so we will do. I can't wait in whichever, either the series that follows this or the single-seater playthrough, if I ever get promoted in that game, to be doing qualifying. Because I've been doing a lot in single-player playthroughs or non-YouTube playthroughs, and it's just so much fun. Actually seeing how your car progresses. Let me know, guys, if you want to see. I've been talking about it for ages, and I think I'm going to do it. Just an episode on probably Grand Prix World, which was an old late 90s, early 2000s, late 90s, I think. F1 Manager game when they used to be to a penny, and they used to actually get the official license. And I just wanted to do some comparisons with this, so you can understand some of my loves and dislikes of this game in comparison to someone who used to play the same genre of game all the way back when. So let me know if you guys are interested in seeing that. I think I'd probably do it anyway, but it'd be nice to see some support so that I might actually get round to doing it quicker than I intend to. I know I've been saying that for about 3 or 4 months now, but I will do it very soon. I need to get a working version of the game. I think it's probably going to have black borders as well, unfortunately. Being such an old game, it doesn't really work very well with new PCs, especially new resolutions. I remember I tried to get F1 Manager to work a long time ago by EA Games. We haven't improved. Casino's improved very slightly, and Liani missed out, beating his time by 5,000ths of a second. So I think they did pretty much the best laps they could in that session, and it's not going to be enough. It's going to be 18th and 19th, 18th and 20th, unless Silveria improves, which they do. So we're last for the final race. Oh well, let's hope it's wet, hey. So yeah, I'm hoping to do an episode on probably Grand Prix World or F1 Manager, probably Grand Prix World, which is the game I got into a lot of people played Grand Prix Manager 2 and 1, obviously, and remember that a lot more fondly. But I was a little bit too young at that time, so Grand Prix World was the first one I really played, and I played an awful lot of it. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in that. I'm going to skip through these 2 qualifying sessions, and then it's race time. The final race of the season then. What a catastrophically terrible season it's been. It's been so difficult at times. We're going to put intermediate and race trim on, even though it's bone dry, but we haven't got anything yet. Oh, we've got engine expert, which Foxworth, I am going to see if we can push Liani a lot harder, see how much we can run. His idea was to put more fuel in and then run at full engine mode, full chat, and see if that would outstrip the extra fuel carried. We'll see, we'll try it. It says it doesn't impact condition of the engine. Well, no, it says no longer impact condition. So whether that means gearbox as well, I don't know. But we'll soon find out. We haven't got much to lose, let's be honest. Fuel. Let's start light and see if we can make up some positions. We're going to be looking at 7 to 9 laps on the soft tyres. That's pretty crappy. I think we might go both cars on the soft tyres, to be fair. Which was 11 to 13. So let's put 13 in for Casino. And Liani will start on the soft tyres as well. And we'll go 14 laps, and he'll try and go a lap longer. We'll probably have to come in early, we normally do. And yeah, we'll try pushing with both drivers. Last race of the season, may as well try. We'll go medium engine mode for Casino, and then we'll go overtake for Liani and see what kind of difference. To be fair, I haven't really done what was suggested, which is put in a bit more fuel and just run overtake the whole time. We haven't got anything to lose, hey? Let's go gung-ho, let's try it. And you never know, it might just work out. We might be able to finish 12th, which would be a great result. It won't be enough to save us, but you know, that's about as much as we can hope for this season. So let's keep an eye on. So 81 for both engine and gearbox. That makes it nice and easy. They're both the same. So we'll see if it wears the gearbox. It shouldn't wear the engine according to the text, but whether it will wear the gearbox, we'll have to see. Our usual pedestrian start then from Casino. Liani making good progress early on, as you would expect, with a better setup and with that overtake mode on. Looks like tyre warm-up is going to be a big issue at this racetrack, especially on the soft tyres. Just 15 degrees out there. And Liani making cracking progress already. Up to 15th. We're going to move it up to speed 2, as I feel this is going to be a pretty long episode with what is to come after this race. We will have to see. So Liani up the inside of Celiet, and now looking all over Gatto. And if we take a look, both are still on 81, so it seems to be holding on both engine and gearbox. So this may be a valid strategy with this mechanics knowledge slot. It seems a little bit of a cheaty one, because what mechanic is going to have such a good relationship with their driver that they can stop a mechanical part from wearing, which it will do naturally no matter what. Hey, I'm not going to argue it's a game, I guess, but it's one of those little comparisons you'll see with something like Grand Prix World, that it's all based on the sport and as realistic as possible. There are some gamey elements to this, as I mentioned before, to help it appeal to a wider market, which it's done very well at doing. And I'm sure there's a lot of management fans that have played this game that aren't necessarily interested in motorsport, so it's done its job, so you can't really complain. Okay, Casino still stone dead last, back with the soft tyre runs. Liani actually moving up the field still. He's in 11th now, and trying to get past the final soft tyre runner of the field, Giuliani. Struggling a little bit to do so. Let's whack it on up to 3 speed. It's going to be a little while to our pit stops. It does look like it's going to be staying dry for the rest of the race, which is good news. Now Liani always makes a cracking start, or at least one of our cars does. They always fall back after the pit stops. I think it is because of our mechanics. We have got new mechanics, but they're still pretty rubbish. So I think that's what's hurting us, as Liani actually gets passed by most of the cars he was driving. A few drivers now from super soft tyres are making their first stop. Tyre wear is very high around this track. Super softs only lasting 7 to 9 laps, which is terrible considering how long the race is and how short the lap is, just 1 minute 20. Liani now finds himself in 2nd place, and Casino, with that round of stops for everybody, is still at the back of the non-stoppers, but he's up in 8th at the moment. Tyres starting to overheat a little bit, so we're going to go back to neutral. And unsurprisingly, Liani then is going to be running out of fuel a lot quicker than Casino, even though we put a lot more fuel in to begin with. We'll still try and go as far as we can. I'm wondering if we should just, now that I know that you don't have to use both compounds of tyres, I fancy just staying on the soft tyres till the end of the race, to be fair. We're going to have to come in this lap then. We'll put on a fresh set of soft tyres. We shall put in, how many laps does he manage? Just 10. Just 10. We'll put in 14 laps of fuel. Add 25% charge. And his engine and gearbox have started wearing. So clearly that knowledge slot doesn't do everything it says. It's probably just wearing a lot slower, but it is wearing. Which is a little worrying for the strategy, but hey, we'll go with it. Now Casino's got fuel to run a lot longer than Liani, but his tyres are really shouting enough right now. I feel we've probably already missed the opportunity of him because he's been overtaken by most of those that have already pitted. But we're going to put the soft tyres on again. We're going to put in 14 laps of fuel. And 25% charge, and we'll send him out again. Where is Liani going to come out? Stone dead last. Big mistake on the pit stop with the tyres. That's cost us 5.8 seconds. Wouldn't necessarily, he's 6 seconds behind the back of the field, so it wouldn't necessarily have saved him a position, but at least we would have been right on the back of those that have already stopped. Casino in now, hopefully he gets a good stop. See, 18-second pit stop. I still feel we're losing a lot of time in the pits. Look how far behind everybody's come out. 10 seconds behind Silveria. That's a shame. It really is. Now we've got good reliability on our engine and gearbox now, so we're going to move him to high. We're going to use the charge on both cars just to get them back into the race a little. Casino's flying, actually, to be fair. Just 2 seconds behind Lee now. And I think that's because Lee's just made the second stop. Silveria, though, almost 5 seconds behind. So Casino's found 5 seconds from somewhere. That's pretty staggering. Liani now making his way back through the field, which is very positive that we've got some pace to overtake some cars for a change. We're going to go back to push on both cars because these tyres taking a little while to come up to temperature. Casino's actually falling back again. Just when you think he's cracks it, and he falls back further behind. So Liani's who we're going to be concentrating on, I think, for the rest of the race. There's not much Casino can do this weekend by the look of it. Both our drivers have had their moments this season. I don't think they're good enough drivers to do well in this championship. But as I've said before, we favoured going for things like upgrades to the facilities and putting new parts on the car as opposed to getting new drivers. I'm going to go back to high on the engine mode. That gearbox is worn terribly, 49% now. That's much more wear than Casino's had. So you can't go overtake mode even with that knowledge slot, which seems preposterous really. But hey, what can we do about it? Leone making good progress. He's up to 13th now. 3 cars have made a second stop, so that's accountable for some of it. But I've got a feeling they might have to make one more stop as well. So I think we're on the right strategy here for both cars. We should do one less stop than a couple of cars here, which gives us a chance of beating them home today. So a bunch of cars making a second stop now with 13 laps to go. Again, I don't think they'll get to the end. I think they will have to stop again. Both our drivers pretty bad on tyre wear. It's starting to get hot again now. We probably should have turned that down a little bit earlier. Let's use the old boost, the old electronic recovery system. It's gonna be Sean Connery. Oh no. I hate myself sometimes. Right, we're going to have to bail one of them earlier than the other. I've missed the chance with Leone, so we may as well bring Casino in. We'll put soft tyres on. 11 laps to go till the end. So we shall put 12 laps of fuel in. Add a little bit of charge for good measure. And he's on his way. Leone we shall pit this time round. Again, soft tyres. I don't think... Super softs are wearing so quickly, I don't see the point in pushing them. May as well go for the safer option. 17 seconds to replace that gearbox. It will last, even pushing pretty hard. 25%, new soft tyres. Nearly forgot the fuel again. Done that once before, not doing that again. So, whereas Casino going to come back out then, it's going to be last. Such a long stop. It's got to be the mechanics, surely. It's hurting us so badly. Just got to hope that a few cars ahead of us have still got another stop to make, which I think they do. So we're going to keep it on push and normal to try make sure we get these tyres to the end. Same with Leone. Leone's come back out in 18th, so he's ahead of a car. Hey, good job. Although Silverio behind is on super soft tyres, so that might not be the case for very long. And we haven't been lapped today as well, which is good. Pretty clean race, no safety cars, no real accidents. Everybody's still on the lead lap after 25 laps. So the field bunching up a little bit towards the end of the season. Which helps us a little bit, helps us get a bit closer, but it's not been anywhere near enough. The progress with our car hasn't been anywhere near enough. Leone, oh, just down to turn one, where's our boost? Oh, that was too late. Could have got a position there if we try. Oh, he's got it. He's got 17th back. We can use that boost for Casino as well. As good a time as any. I think Leone's going to have a pretty tough time holding on to this position ahead of Minzy though. And sure enough, down to turn one, side by side. And Minzy finally braves it out around the outside. It's a very straightforward race today. And we see once again the true pace of our cars. In a straight fight, no matter what we do on strategy, I think we're always going to end up at the back. Although a bunch of cars coming in for late stops there. Norris and Lowe have made a third stop onto the super soft tyres. Now, how quick are they going to be? So they're just coming up to Casino now. We definitely don't have the tyre life to deal with them on raw pace. If we can keep them behind for a lap or two, then that will start to even out a bit more. Oh, there he goes. Where's our boost? Again, far too late. Really not using that well defensively. See if we can do it a bit better with Leone. We need to do it just as the move is beginning. And that'll gain the time back. These tyres are so cold. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Now, boost. Boost. Boost, Liani. Down to turn 1. Still not enough. It's so bad. Our car is so bad. No, not overtake. Push. Tyre temperatures are really low. We should have really started pushing a lot earlier. That might have cost us a position or two for both drivers, but I don't think Casino's going to be last. As we move on to the final lap of the race, Liani actually looking punchy with 16th. So uses boost. He's through. Good move. Liani up into 16th place. Casino getting the blue flags from a driver that has already finished the race. And we cross the line in 16th and 19th positions. It kind of sums up our season, really, doesn't it? We need a whole lot of luck and a whole lot of strategy to get anywhere. It's been enjoyable. It's been a good road. Whatever happens now, it's been a challenge. And believe PlaySport when they say, if you're going to go and click on that create a team button, just believe me, they mean it when they say you've got to be an expert at the game, because I'm not. I'm played a lot of hours. I feel I'm pretty proficient at it, and I've struggled so badly keeping this team afloat. And for God's sake, select 10th place as a finishing target, not 8th. At least give yourself a chance. At least if you select 10th, doesn't matter how badly you do, you're always going to finish 10th because there's only 10 teams. So there's the finishing results for today. Means that we are still 19th, 20th. We are still 10th in the championship. We didn't even close the gap. It actually got a lot bigger. Ends up 25, 35, 36 points between us and the rest of the field. And now the moment of truth, I guess. We're going to find out. There's no point doing it in a separate episode. We're just going to continue through until the point that it tells us if we're fired or not. Massively in the red with the bank balance. Astra Landvik for Team Nordhagen is the Drivers' Championship champion this year at the age of 35. Congratulations to her. And that means Team Nordhagen take the Constructors' Championship as well, on the prize pot of 11 million. What I would do for 11 million right now, or about 6 months earlier in this season. Right, let's have a look. I'm not going to do the interviews. Hard fought win. Championship promotion. I presume it's going to tell us then. Here we go. Ooh, that's a lot of messages. Okay, prize money is 9 million. This puts us back into the green. It's definitely not going to... I mean, that's only 2 million difference from the team that won it, so very good prize distribution for this championship. Manager of the year is me? No. Driver? No. Retirement. Askela Lepik. Hitting the golf course. I think that's our reserve driver, isn't it? Yeah, retired. Great. Okay, let's keep trying to improve these parts. Performance is all we care about at this point. Where can some big gains be made? We'll go with gearbox. I've got to concentrate on it just in case we somehow keep our jobs. New rules are refueling ban, interesting, and remove double points for final race of the season. Oh yeah, of course we have double points. We might have stood a chance in that then if we had a half decent car. Nordhagen have been promoted. Vittoria Corsa have been demoted. Thank you, doke. I presume pre-season start, we'll know. At the moment it's looking like, because you never get a message saying we're going to keep you on, it's just when you're fired. So at the moment it looks like we're going to continue. Fernley, some nice and car design unlocked. I think this means we're going to stay. I presume our season objective team championship currently deciding at risk. So for the moment I think we've got a job. I don't think it's going to fire us. I don't think it's a very simple thing of you didn't hit your objective. Should we go to pre-season just in case? Yeah, I think we should. 6 million to our budget from last year. And we can design our new car then. Wow, we're really not going to have the budget for this, are we? It's not too expensive. Engine supply improvement is medium. Weak base stat modifier +3. It's a big difference. We'll go medium. Fuel supplier, medium fuel efficiency, very weak improvability. I think we have to go middle of the road to save a bit of money here. Weak. Brake supplier, very weak. Battery supplier. Starting charge 90%. Harvest efficiency 54. I feel a better efficiency rather than starting charge, as they're quite long races, and it saves us quite a bit of money. Still going to cost us 8 million though. I don't think we're going to get a whole bunch of sponsors. I don't really think we can. Fuel efficiency, improvability based on modifier. I feel that's better anyway. Fuel supplier takes up to 9 million. Material. I feel medium is much better than weak. Brake supplier. No. Okay, we'll leave it at 9.5 million then. God damn, that's expensive. And we start designing next year's car then. Just continue a little bit. Mail. Yeah, we're going to be here for another season. Thank God for that. Obviously, we're going to have to hit the ground running, because I think that is what... I just think it's when this gets to the bottom, you then have the chance of being fired. Or I'm currently at risk, and it might just be random. But as far as I know, we're going to be here for another season then. We're going to have a chance to turn around our fortunes. So let me know down in the comments if you're happy for that. Anybody that has been fired before, not necessarily just kept their job after failing to meet a target, as in actually being fired, let me know how it happened, when it happened. I'd like to know that. What were your guys' views of the season? What do you think we need to do this season to really try and push the car forward? Hopefully we'll be offered 10th place as a target. I'll probably go for that just to stay safe, although as we kept our job anyway, maybe we'll go for 8th as a target. We'll see what we're offered. Let me know, do you think drivers are a priority or the car? Because we don't have much, if any, of a budget left. So I have to decide very early what we're going to be doing for the season. I'm going towards getting a couple of new drivers. But do let me know what you think, what the best way to go is. And I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit that like button down below. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well to keep up to date with everything. You can go check out my single-seater playthrough if you haven't already, and my impressions video on this DLC. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.